Hey there friends, it's Marie here at Marie Nicole Designs. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a card and show you a few variations on what else you could do with them. And I am featuring the Spellbinders die sets. These are part of their Out and About collection, and they are made to pair with the new Spellbinders Scout. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but their littlest machine is out and it's so fun, so cute. A smaller machine than the Platinum 6, so it can easily sit on your desk and you can cut smaller stamp sets easily. It takes up less room, but it looks like the larger versions of the Spellbinders Platinum or the Grand Caliber, just a smaller one. But I'm totally excited about it. I am using these little die sets that go with it. This is the Flowering Tree die set, so it's got a few little dies included in this set. Two little pieces that you can use to cut the leaves for the tree itself, and then you have a flower die and some dies to cut some leaves for your flowers. So I'm going to be using that die for my first card here, and I'm going to show you a few different ways to use these dies. Now, of course, you can just go ahead and build that flowering tree, but I'm going to use some of the dies in some other creative ways to make a scene today. So I went ahead and I ink blended all of my little pieces. Now, of course, you could cut all of these pieces out of colored cardstock and skip this step of having to color all of the pieces yourself. But I do kind of like the look of inked up cardstock, so I'm just using some dye inks and just blending some ink on here and doing the color myself. So you can either just go with white cardstock and ink blend it yourself or add some different colors, or colored cardstock, whichever you'd prefer. So you can see here I've got my tree all colored. I've got all of those little tiny leaves colored. I'm ready to kind of build my card. Now you can add as many leaves as you want, as many flowers as you want. It really doesn't matter. This is for you to create with. But I'm going to make the front of my card now, and I'm going to take this piece of cardstock here and ink blend some blue on the background. So I'm making a sunny, bright sky, and I'm going to make a window in my card to kind of frame my little tree there and just make a fun little card. So I took a cardstock panel and I cut a circle out of it using some nested circle dies, and I did not throw away that little circle piece that I cut out. I'm saving that for our next card. I always like to try to get more use out of my materials, so save those die cut pieces. You might use them to make two cards. You might want to just save it for a card in the future, but I did set it aside for our second card. I'm just loading up the back side of my card panel here with a bunch of foam adhesive so that I can stick it over that blue panel that I just ink blended, using my Spellbinders tweezers here to just peel off that backing paper from the foam, and then I'll adhere it onto my blue piece of cardstock. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like it, comment, subscribe, tap the bell for notifications if you never want to miss another video from me. And make sure you check out the description box below. I'm going to have links to all of the items that I'm using here today if you want to see where you can go to get them for your own crafting. So I am now placing my front panel with the window down onto that blue piece of cardstock here. It's just gonna pop up the front a little bit, give it some dimension, and make it look like you're peeking through the window here. Now I am going to put this card on a card base that is a really light gray for my card base, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some clouds here. Now this is the die part that cuts out the top of the tree, all of the leafy greens. I thought it looked like clouds, so I'm adding clouds to my sky. So you can definitely take all of these die pieces, mix and match them, use them for different things, make a scene with them. The fluffy leaf part for the top of the tree also works for clouds, so get creative, see what else you can do, and build a fun card. Now I am just adding a little bit of glue to my other die pieces, and I'm just assembling this. I'm putting the trunk on top of that leafy piece, and then I'm going to take some foam adhesive and I'm going to add the light green piece in the front with foam. That also gives a little bit more dimension and just really makes your little tree pop. So to adhere my tree onto my circle window, I'm going to use a combination of liquid glue and foam adhesive. My window is popped up a little bit from that blue background, so I'm going to need a little bit of stability on the one side there and then a little bit of glue on the other because there's a difference in height. So that's just how I accommodate for that. Now I'm putting a few little pieces of foam adhesive on this front leafy piece, and as you can notice, I did a little bit of a darker green on the background and a little bit of a lighter green in the front, and I think that also just adds some shadow, a little bit more dimension, helps it pop off the card a little bit more. Now I'm just adding these little leaves here that I colored all over around my tree and around my window, just kind of like they're falling or scattering. And I think it just looks really fun and really cute. All of these little leaves. You could cut hundreds of these and not even use the fluffy cloud type die that comes with this set. You could just cut a ton of little leaves and attach those to the trunk too if you would like to, and that would be another way to use this tree, different style with all of the creating that you can do. And of course, since there are little flowers included in this die set, you can always use those little leaves as leaves for your flowers. So like I said, lots of different ways that you can use this set. You don't just have to use it one way. Get creative and see what else you can do. Now I'm adding the sentiment from a glimmer plate that I have that is available at Spellbinders. I went ahead and I glimmered a bunch of sentiments, cut them out, and I'm using them on my cards today. Now for the clouds, I just wanted to add a little something extra. So I took a glitter brush pen and just brushed it with a little bit of glitter. It's hard to see on camera, but when you look at the card in real life and tip it in the light, you'll see some of that glimmer shining on those clouds. Now the next die set I'm going to show you in this video is this really cute little doggy one. This one is called, can I remember it? It is called Rolling Disco Dottie. I thought that was just really cute. And it's Rolling Disco Dottie because, as you can see, it comes with this little die that cuts out these little booties, and then it cuts out the little roller skate part that you can layer on there as well. Now at first, I thought these were like rain boots, so you could do sort of a rain type scene, but you gotta put those little roller skates on the bottom. I thought that was so cute. So again, I went ahead and I cut all of the pieces out of white cardstock. Then I colored the pieces and adhered it all together. So I've got my little Rollin' Dottie. And like I mentioned, I saved that circle from our first card. I also cut out a few more and I colored them in primary colors. So a nice blue, bright yellow, and red. And I'm just going to arrange them on my card front. I thought I would play with those spots on our dog and add some spots to my background. And I think the yellow boots pop against the red circle, and I think it just looks so cute. Now I'm adding some foam adhesive to the back of our Rollin' Dottie so that she can pop up in front of our card and in front of those bright circles. I'm just using this sort of sticky mat. It's called the Clearly Amazing mat. It's a really low tack, and you can put your embellishments or your pieces on there and line them up before you push them down on your card, and you'll get just the right placement. So I find that really handy sometimes. I also popped on another glimmered sentiment like the one I did on our first card, and I really like how it turned out. Really simple, but really fun, and just a great little card to say hello. Now the third die set I'm showing you is called Stitched Thank You or Stitched For You. You get the word thank and you and for, and you can mix and match these to say thank you or for you, and they are cut so that you can add some stitching to it if you would like to. And they also come with that shadow piece that you can layer on the background. So I made a card and I stitched some gold thread in there, and as you can see, I added the flowers from that tree die set all around my words, and I just love how this turned out. I also used my Better Press to press a little bit of a floral imprint on the background of my card there, and I just really love how it turned out. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I mentioned earlier, check out the description box below for all the links. Otherwise, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!